The tech industry has received a significant shot in the arm as Google owner Alphabet's announced a £5 billion investment here over the next 5 years, and perhaps the first of several US tech investments this week as part of President Trump's unprecedented second state visit. He is due to arrive this evening. Alphabet says the money will go towards building the UK's artificial intelligence infrastructure with things like new data centres over the next 2 years. And it's not short of cash either, breaking into the $3 trillion market cap club on Monday as its shares surged on Wall Street. Google's president and chief investment officer Ruth Porat told BBC News in an exclusive interview that there were profound opportunities in the UK. She's been talking to our economics editor, Faisal Islam.
Well, we think this is a pretty profound announcement. I'm very proud. I'm looking here over your shoulder at our new building here in King's Cross, and we're sitting in the home where the head of our Google DeepMind AI effort, Demis Hassabis, Nobel Prize winner, it's based here in the UK. And so we're doing a lot of innovation here, which is key, and excited about the potential in the UK. In addition, what we're doing here in the UK is a lot of pioneering work in research around science and advancing science. AI can be a partner to make each one of us more productive, and in the healthcare area, you can see it firsthand. There's a shortage of nurses in the UK. From the work that we've done, we see you can save ballpark 30% of their time that's devoted to administrative tasks. What if that's devoted to you as a patient, as opposed to some of the administrative work that an AI partner can do for you? And so it's better for the nurses, it's better for the patient. So in the entirety of the experience, AI can be a benefit.
Isn't the fact that the big tech companies in America, including Google, have now rowed back on their commitments to green energy in line with the US government and just need the energy by whatever means?
We want to continue to build out renewable energy as an invaluable source of energy across the UK. And one of the important things is that obviously wind doesn't blow every hour of the day, sun doesn't shine. So what do you do to capture the excess when you don't need it, store it, and then redeploy it when you do need it? And so that is one of the innovations that we're announcing today.
Do you understand now that although the great upside of AI is clearly there and you're behind it, that there are people who worried about graduate jobs now, who see in things like the law, in accountancy, in creative industries as well, that entry-level jobs are beginning to be done by AIs, and CEOs are being asked, why are you employing humans to do this when you could get an AI to do this?
It's something we spend a lot of time focused on. It would be naive to assume that there isn't downside that we need to collectively mitigate against. And you've talked about one. One is around energy. The other is around people and jobs and students and every element of what we do on teaching, learning, and helping people actually have a nourishing career. The important point that I think people should know, 60% of the jobs that exist today did not exist 80 years ago. There has constantly been this evolution and recreation of what are jobs. If companies just use AI to find efficiencies, and that's it, we're not going to see the upside to the UK economy or any economy. The question is then, what do you think is in the art of the possible? What do you do, what new industries are created? Because what we've seen throughout history is new industries are created, and it's that process that actually opens new doors.
Well, I talked to Russ Shaw about that point. He's founder of Tech London Advocates and Global Tech Advocates. I asked him if he believed that last comment to be true, that this is a catalyst for more growth and investment.
I totally agree with that comment, Sally. And if you just look at Google's track record from acquiring DeepMind over 10 years ago, we saw the catalyst then to turn the UK into an AI hub, a global AI hub. And you're now seeing that play out not only with Google's investment announcement today, the Google Cloud division has already announced a $500 million deal to support the Ministry of Defense. And as you've mentioned, we're expecting more investment announcements this week, possibly from NVIDIA and OpenAI. So what we're seeing is that the world's third largest tech ecosystem in the world, more investment is piling in as a true vote of confidence in what the UK can deliver.
And just for those who are unaware, DeepMind is London-based, run by the British Nobel Prize winner Sir Demis Hassabis. So this was the company that got a huge investment from Alphabet. What about the argument that I have heard from some analysts, though, who say we're getting a bit bulldozed here by big tech in the US? They're kind of just arriving, offering huge sums of money because they have that money, and they're kind of just bulldozing the UK, and it kind of stifles our own innovation.
Actually, on that point, I disagree with that last point. Again, let's come back to the DeepMind example. After Google acquired DeepMind over 10 years ago, we saw a plethora of AI startups and scale-ups emerge, first in London and then across the rest of the UK. So with this investment, this significant investment coming in, I think that's a boon for the startup and scale-up community across the UK, because they're seeing the money flow in. Google will want to leverage that startup and scale-up ecosystem to drive even more innovation. And one of the comments that Ruth Porat talked about was around life sciences. We know the UK is a world-leading innovator in health tech and life sciences. So Google's commitment to that through this investment, I think, is coming through. We have to have our eyes wide open, and the UK needs to think about its sovereignty as a tech nation. The challenge for the UK is that it doesn't have the depth of funding to do it on its own. These big tech companies have huge amounts of investment that they can deploy into the UK. So the deals that are being created, I hope, have the transparency and the support to say, let's make sure that we can build a thriving tech ecosystem in the UK. But so far, I think the track record for the UK has been incredibly positive through these investments.